Hi friends, welcome to my channel. In this tutorial we will learn how to validate template driven forms. So if you remember, in our last tutorial we have validated the template form using template driven approach. So we have two input fields and we are sending the data to the TS file. So let's check again, and while I will click submit, I am getting the data, correct? Now what if I have no data and I'm sending it? I have null data, right? So you need to validate it on the template itself. So for that I'm going to validate using template driven approach, and I am using here Bootstrap. So if you know how to use Bootstrap, that is okay. Otherwise I will make another video to see how to add Bootstrap and how to implement it in your Angular or package.json. So for now let's take it as a CDN, as I have taken on the index file. I have the CDN, correct? So now come here, and first of all you have the templates inputs, right? Template inputs. So now divide the inputs with Bootstrap approach, right? So for that I'm taking div and I'm putting each control inside a div, correct? And I'm giving a class name form group. Similarly I will do for the another output inputs. Close it. Fine. So you can see my Bootstrap is working here fine, and also I need to add label. So I can use, this is optional, not required for any validation, but just to see how it looks good. First name, or you can check it here, first name, and also I'm putting this for the second input. You can say the last name, okay, and also give it to last name. Fine. So this is my inputs which is already done, and for input type also you need to pass some class. This is form control. So if you see, my form control is now block level. Block level means it will capture the whole area of the horizontally specified. So you can check CSS for this, again for this. Now you can see my CSS for the Bootstrap is working fine. Also I can add a class for my button, BTN success. Okay. So cool, my task is working. Let's check again, Rakesh, and send the data. We have the data, correct, fine. Now let's start doing validation. So if you'll go through my text approach, you can see template driven forms are forms where we are writing logic, validation controls, etc. on the template file itself, correct? So there are nothing we are going to do in the TS file, and up to here it is done in my last video, correct? Now here are some things you need to add for validation. First of all, in last chapter we have directly used name and we are using ng model, but for validations you need to add your name with ng model, correct? So this is very important, otherwise your template driven approach will not work. And second step, you need to add the required or the parameters for what you are going to validate, like for required, for minimum length. So let's do one by one practically, correct? So I have the first name, I'm going to add it. So hash, and this is first name, it should be the name only, okay? You can't change it to some other variable, and it should be ng model. Similarly for second input also, last name, and it will be ng model, correct? So this is done. Second step, you need to add the validation parameter. So I am adding required, and here also required. I can add min length. This we will check. First we will do a simple task then. Okay, so I have added my required parameter. Okay, so in the third step you need to check the status of the input, and if the status gives you that the input is been touched and remove the data, or any interaction has been done, then it will check the condition. If it's required or min length is not passed, then it will throw the error message using this ngIf model name and invalid. So here what is happening, it is catching the model name and it is checking if it is valid or not. If not, it will pass the error message. So let's do practical. So here I have given two parameters to check. One is required, one is min length 5. Correct. Now inside this forms div tag, like we have this input form group, I am creating the message. So for that I am taking a div tag, and here I need to pass error message. Correct. So you can see it is directly showing, so we need to check it. So now input name, so which is model first name dot invalid. Correct. So you can see it is invalid. So let me add bootstrap class. It will be alert and danger. So you can check my message string, but there is some mistake here. Like when you open it, it will throw the error message directly without any interaction. So this is wrong. You need to give some interaction with the user. If user is not appending any data, then only it should throw error. For that reason, we are putting here some more validations inside this validation, but also you have to check if it's clicked, then only it will show. So for that status, you have to add some more logics with the ngIf of the status. So I am taking or you can say and. It will be and, right? And here you need to pass again first name dot dirty. It should be dirty. That means you have touched and you have removed something, or you have touched also. That depends. If you don't want touch, then you can remove it. Dot touched. Okay. Now there is no message. If I click, I will come outside. It will show the message. Correct. Still we have a little doubt. We have two parameters, right? Which parameter error this is? So for that, you need to declare two more validations inside this validation. So for that, let me create two error messages, like okay, name is required, and second one is name must be 5 chars. Okay, so here pass the validation star ngIf, and it will be not like status message, it will be checking directly the inputs error message. So for that, first name dot errors dot directly the parameter name you can give, like required. Okay, so if it's required, it will throw this message, otherwise it will check again min length. Correct. So let's check. I clicked here, I came outside, it will throwing name is required. Now I'm clicking only one text, you can see it is throwing name must be 5. If I remove, again it will be name is required. So same thing you have to do here also. So I'm not creating this one to save the time of the video. The same thing you can create here. One more thing, you have to disable this button unless it is valid. So for that, what you need to do is, you need to call disabled and you need to pass the form object. Okay, disabled, and here you have to pass the object name of the form dot, it should be invalid. Okay, so you can see it's invalid, so it's disabled. So if you write, still it's disabled because the second second condition is not passed. I'll click now. Okay, because this is also not given. Now it's available. So remember, when you are using this param conditions to check, you have to pass all the conditions, then only it will be valid and it will be clickable. Correct? So this is how we are creating template driven forms. In next tutorial we will learn what is reactive or model driven forms. Thank you.